We're building buildings just like this in Belize for 40% less than the cost of building here in the US. That's what this is about. You guys could check out Nigel Petillo. That's one of the guys that's in Belize. I'm not working with him directly, but he has access to indigenous land. If you guys are looking to buy land at the best prices in Belize through our indigenous rights that we have as royals. Look, we're royals. Nigel Petillo, he's a royal. You wouldn't see a lot of people being represented like me because I'm the crown prince, so I represent myself in a different manner. But that's my people, Belizeans, Creoles. And we have a lot of land, but we need help to develop it. That's what we need right now. So we need people who are looking to have private islands, millionaire deals, hidden paradise. We have wealth hacks for you, A lot of our people, we've kept our wealth through land. And right now is the next generation, where a lot of things are getting super expensive in the US. We still have good value land that we could develop together. And through the monarchy system, we can make it work perfectly where everyone benefits from it, not just one side, but it's benefits that comes to you. You can't never get here in America. The tax benefits and the leverage that you're going to have working with us in Belize, it's in international indigenous law you'll have covering you no matter what you look like. It's because of what you're doing through the monarchy. You're going to be covered because when you sign up with me, I put you under the shield of the monarchy. So it's like a church, right? You sign up and you invest, you donate, whatever you're doing. And you're under a shield. And once you're under a shield, everything for you becomes tax-free. That's pretty much what it is. Just like a church. If you're, whatever you sign up, and now that's under the monarchy, that becomes a tax-free instrument. So, you got to stop everything you're doing to discover how you can own a secret private island for less than a luxury car, Right now in Belize, we have a lot of small islands for sale. Learn insider tricks, that billionaires don't want you to know about, and you got to stay till the end of this so you can know. So pretty much what we do, we have a shocking Belize investor visa hack revealed, and it's pretty much a Belize visa secret for a tax-free paradise here to create Caribbean wealth, right? And this is a visa hack. What we do is unlock this tax-free life in Belize through this program that we have. Once you invest with us, you're going to be in the visa program, the QRP, get you citizenship, everything that you want. We'll walk you right through. I have a Cambridge education with UK law degree, so I can march you around that whole Belize law system with me and also my colleagues who are Belizean seasoned lawyers, whoever you want to find, other people in my family or friends or whoever we are. What we're doing right now is pretty much to put Belize on the map because we're one of the best places in Latin America besides the US. It's next is Belize that speaks English, that's on the mainland, that has a population that has tourists, has everything that Mexico has, but it's just that we give investors more leverage than building a hotel in Tulum or anywhere you are. You're going to have way more leverage in Belize, and it has the same market share because the same people who fly to Mexico could fly to Belize too. It's right there. It's next to Mexico. So we're not saying we're taking business away from Mexico. I'm just saying Belize is so small that when you go there for hotels, there are not even enough hotels. You go to busy season to Ambergris Key, or even like when you're driving through, there are not many options of hotels besides in the main cities. Nothing on the major roads. I have a village we're developing into the monarchy. That's going to be a tourist center capital. And what's going to happen in that village is it's going to be a tourist shopping village where you could buy everything there, duty-free, tax-free. It's like a free zone because it's under the monarchy. So that's what we're doing. We're creating a wealth zone. And eventually it'll grow into $1 trillion city that's tax-free. And the reason how we make it that way is because we invest everything we earn in that city right back into the city, right back into the businesses there, right back into the people and the resources there. And instead of paying taxes, that's what we do. We improve the businesses, we improve the operation, we improve the employees, we improve the environment. And that's what we do. We continue to grow our wealth there, improve our saving, improve our banking, whatever we have in the monarchy there, that's where the money goes back to. It doesn't go to me, it doesn't go to an investor. It goes into growing capital, it goes into resources like how you run a monarchy with, the tools, the facilities, the buildings, the operations, the transportation. There's a lot of expenses that goes into it that looks like luxury, but it's not luxury. There are tools for our customers to keep them coming, keep them there, and also for our employees to make sure that they're well equipped to do their jobs. Now, everything we build is going to be streamed live on YouTube. So when you see construction happening, you'll see every single thing that happens that day. It'll be streamed live and it'll be on a channel for that location. Right? So I'll create a channel for each location we're building. When you invest, we say, hey, we're building a school. And you'll see the school be built. Rain or shine, you'll see, okay, it's raining today, this is what they're doing. Oh, nothing is happening, or what's happening in the rain, right? Just to show you my way of how I build. My family has been in business since 1958. They have a construction company, and what we do, we construct some of the biggest projects in Belize. So right now, this project that we're gonna do is the construction of a school called Cambridge Red. The school is called Cambridge Red. And what the school pretty much does, the school helps us so that we could train our employees and train everyone in the village, Cambridge style, under the Cambridge education system. It's going to be commissioned by Cambridge under their Cambridge International School. So pretty much that's another thing that if you're seeing this video later, I just usually take my walks here. It's one of the most wealthiest areas in Los Angeles. And to purchase one unit here, or invest in one unit here, you could build a whole school instead of buying a door here. One window here, one door here is worth the cost of building a school that could send this village to the next level, so they could actually, have good people coming out of that school that you're proud of, that you did that, So that's one of the things that we're doing. Look, guys, one unit here. You could purchase one unit here, or you could change the way how change a whole village. If you could purchase a building here, you could build the entire monarchy for us. That you'll have titles and everything, right? You'll have titles and everything. That's what we do. So it's always been a multicultural monarchy. If you look at the mosquito, and that's where I'm from, that Mosquito monarchy. So what I'm doing pretty much is respecting that and bringing it back and developing the entire coast of the Caribbean below Mexico. You know, I'm the guy who's developing the entire coast from Belize down to like Panama, the islands and the areas that are not being, tourists don't even know this place exists. They're a part of my monarchy. When you go there, you'll hear people speak just like me. They know about Belize. We know each other. Belize is one of the main places that these people will go and like migrate to in Latin America, right? So this place is called Mosquito Coast, and a lot of people don't know about it. So this is the reason why I made this video, talk about Mosquito Coast and how that's an opportunity for wealth creation, because the prices are super low there. Everyone speaks English. It's super close to the US. It's not in the Caribbean, and it's super undeveloped. So you could still build another Miami, you could build another Tulum, you could build another California there in an English speaking area that's super close to the US, but no one really knows about it. It's like a hidden cove, and it's called a Mosquito Coast. So check out the Mosquito Coast, guys. If you don't ever heard of it before, just Google it real quick. It's a real place. It's just small territory in the Caribbean that has mixed culture in there. It's almost like Jamaican style, but they're not Jamaicans. They're like in Spanish, the Spanish side, so Nicaragua, Colombia, Honduras, and Belize, but they don't really speak Spanish because it was former British colony until the 1800s when they made a treaty with Spain to give up all the islands over there that were close to the Spanish territory and only keep Belize. So people only know about Belize, and I'm from Belize. So it's not just Belize though. There's a bunch of other islands that we're a part of. It's all the Mosquito Coast, Mosquito Kingdom, right? It's the whole kingdom. In that kingdom, the reason why Belize is the most important place for them is because that's where the British had most of their resources and operations, right? So that's where they're parked, their major things. So in Belize used to be the place that had access to America because it's closer up north, had access to Mexico, had access to Cuba and Jamaica because it's right across. So that would be the perfect place for them to, you know, have a foothold. So the British had most of their stuff there. And then they would service everything else that's down the coast from Belize. Because everything else that were down the coast were just on the coastline and in islands. So those islands are where my people are from. People know about Rotan, Honduras. They know about Blue Fields. All of these places are linked in a certain type of way, culturally, all the way down to some islands in Colombia and Panama. Once you speak English and you're black like Caribbean, but you're not Caribbean, you live in Latin America, yeah, it's because they used to be British. But then when they signed a treaty in 1800s, the British had to give up all of those islands. And then the people were left there with no development because they had indigenous laws that allowed them to keep their land. But then they didn't allow Spanish to come in and Spanish talking about Spain to come in and develop it would bring in their churches and stuff, because they thought if they did that, then they would lose their land. So the only people who actually have access still to develop it is us, the people, like me, right? I could go there and I could develop the projects that I know that is gonna be good for us, which are the same projects that we come and we work here. Like you need some hotels, for the tourists, right? And the same people who are living there would operate those hotels. But instead of just having nice hotels and then they go to like shacks and live in, we also build decent, nice homes for them, and they could live in the homes, and we automatically deduct their rents from their paychecks, So pretty much, if you work with us, you have free housing because we're gonna pay you a good deal, but we're gonna take care of your food and also your housing for you, right? And take it right out of your check, and still give you a good check, So we'll make sure that when they get their check, once you work with us and you're in these territories, and anyone invests with us who are looking to save money or get a second passport or build a school or looking for some tax-free investment alternatives, you can invest at houseofbukut.com. We develop indigenous land in Belize and also the Mosquito Coast, and we help you to save money that way. And we film everything we do when we're building. We film everything we do live, so you can see exactly what the workers are doing, how your money is being spent, and also pretty much the process and how long it takes to build in Belize and everything. You'll see not just fancy videos of quick updates. You'll see live of what's happening every single day. So if nothing is happening, you'll see a video of nothing. If something is happening, you'll see that video too, right? So that's pretty much what we're doing. We're making sure that we have tax shelter here that works for the people and also works for the investors who wants their tax shelter. So when you get a tax shelter, you're investing in this hotel, you know that everyone in a hotel who are working there are happy because they have a system that's better than America. We take care of their food, their housing, and their education for their children and for themselves. Because we have our own school, we have our own medical, and we also have, the building team that would build the same style homes for them with a little bit less luxury interiors, same style homes like the hotels. The reason why we do that is because that's also going to be the training grounds of all the people who are working in hotels, because they live in similar homes. They will be able to train every day right at home with our trainers on how to take care of the hotel. So it's going to be a program that we actually have for a lot of single moms, and then for the children, for the single moms, we'll provide education for them. We'll provide education and also athletic training and extracurricular stuff to make sure that they're well engaged, make sure children in the community are always, academically inclined so that they become successful, Make sure that they're always working on the right things. That's super important so that they could develop good habits to take with them through life. If they choose to stay in the program or not, they would always have, once you come in the program, you'll always have these habits. We do it like a boot camp for a school. It's like a 6 months training just before you even get admitted in. You're in, but you get a 6 months training of just to see if you're gonna stay in the program or not. Everyone should stay, but it's just like to make sure that we're not wasting our time with spending resources on people who are not interested in the program as much, whatever. So we're gonna make sure that we're spending the right time on the right people. And if someone needs extra training or whatever it is, we'll make sure that we give them that counseling to try to keep everyone in the program as much as possible. Yeah, guys, so that's what we're doing. We're building a monarchy here. Building it in Belize, and it's for people who are looking for tax shelters or tax havens. If you live in a top zip code in the US, whatever you paid for your house and you're paying taxes on that, you could write that off with our monarchy completely by just investing in a project that builds a school in a small village or something with that same tax fund that you're paying every single year that's doing nothing for you. You could actually attach your name to it and put it onto a school or something instead. And how we do this is to turn your home into a religious palace. So the way how we turn your home into a religious palace is through ecclesiastical law. So when you sign up with us, your house becomes a religious place of or monarchy. It's for specific people who want to, do charity and build or monarchy, which have a lot of indigenous women and children that needs help. But it's not just that needs help, it's that they have a lot of different skills that we can use to gain massive wealth. And that's, they could build, and they could do nursing, and they could also do hospitality. So we're building hotels there. We use the men to build the hotels and manage the construction work, make sure that all the constructions are repairs and everything are always up to par. Build the roads, we have infrastructure. My family has a construction company that's been in business since 1958. That's what we're going to use to build with. And we could build buildings like these, right? For 40% less than the cost that it takes to build in the US. We could build buildings like these right here, all around, right? And what we do, all the profit stays in the community. So we're building $1 trillion city by bringing investors who are looking to shield their wealth and grow their wealth without ever paying taxes. This is the way to do it. You put it in a monarchy. When you put it in a monarchy, you shield your wealth forever. It's in a dynasty trust that can go to your children, and you could give us your house and keep it forever. How you give us your house is just signing up with Royal Bukut at houseofbukut.com. And in the contract, you're going to be the steward of the house. So you're signing it over to us. You're keeping it as a steward. And in your agreement as a steward, you're supposed to take care of that house for entirety and pass it to another steward. So how I know how to do this? There's ecclesiastical law. I took about 6 years of law school in UK. And I'm still right now in Cambridge. And this is the way that monarchies have built for years over years. One of the first important things that they taught me in law school was the power of land and law and land law, right? And how that created countries and everything else. So using my law experience in school and the education that I have, knowing about churches and how churches work, using ecclesiastical law, we're setting up the same system that the Mennonites do in Belize, but we're fine-tuning it to even higher level to create our own community as $1 trillion community backed by investors from Belize, Atherton, New York, Palm Beach, the best of the best only. So we're coming in strong, because that's the only way to do it. We're a small monarchy, but we're coming in strong. So we carry the British flag, small but strong, right? And the reason why we carry the British flag is because we have treaties with them that has agreed to protect us, because we protected the coast for them. We're such great fighters. We protected the coast from the Spanish. They agreed to for us to be a protectorate. It's not like British were just taking over control of territories. People get that wrong. The way how British has a lot of reach is through colonialization, through Spain and also Portugal taking over countries. Because of Spain and Portugal, British were able to make a lot of deals with smaller countries or other countries that were near Portugal and Spain without even colonizing them pretty much. Just signing a paper and saying, hey, you're going to be a protectorate of us. Because either that or you're going to be under Portuguese or Spanish because they're coming and you got to fight all these people by yourself. Right? So that's pretty much how a lot of us in Togo and all these countries around carry a piece of the British flag. And you're like, how do the British do that? It's through the army, through the military, and through legal law, right? And I could still do that today. If I create a church, I could put that church everywhere that has this flag. Or a matter of fact, any flag if I follow their laws and if I make my monarchy under whatever works in ecclesiastical laws in their country, even if it's China, right? Because China has laws in Hong Kong that could allow you to do these in Hong Kong, in Macau. And if you're doing it in mainland China, then it just has to be under whatever spiritual laws they have for their temples, you know? So what I'm saying is this is the universal that you can find in any culture, that once we have a spiritual place, and every monarchy had a spiritual place. There's no monarchy without a church. You know, if you go and see where the sheiks are, they have their mosque. If you go to Russia, they have their church. If you go to Germany, they have a church. Everyone needs a church, and that's how the monarchy gets its power. It's through the church, right? That's why they needed the bishops to approve whenever the king was going to do something, or the prophets in the Bible, right, would come and advise the kings. The prophets would advise the kings because they needed a church. Samuel was there to advise Israel, the king of Israel, right? Samuel was there to advise Saul, right, and David, right? So the prophets like Abraham was always there, you know, like Moses were always there as leaders in the old days, right, ahead of the monarchs. So that's why you see on the crown, once you see a crown, you'll see always 80% of the time or 100% of the time in the Western world, you'll see a cross on top of the crown every time, because the cross is above the crown. So I'm just teaching all these little tips so people say, hey, this is fake, whatever it is. If it has a cross on it, you can say whatever you want, but you can't never call that fake if it has a cross on it, because it's divine, it's from God. You can't say anything about anything that's from God, and that's how that is. So you could say, but it doesn't mean, right? Because once you wear that with the cross on it, everybody will tell you that's from God. Even in the old days, it's from God. God anointed you, right? It's not just hereditary. You don't just inherit. It's from God completely. They were looking for David, right? King David. All the other brothers they went through, they looked perfect. They didn't pick them. They didn't pick someone from Saul's line. It wasn't just, oh, you're Saul's son, Nathan or Nathaniel or whoever you are. You're Saul's son, you're going to get it. No, that wasn't the case. God selected David, you know? And for me, this is my job. I'm the only person who can help you guys to actually live tax-free forever, right? Help you guys to live tax-free forever and build my community at the same time, right? And actually change my community to where it's just 100% successful, right? When you hear about that area, it's like hearing about Singapore. It's a smaller population. You can go and do it with your fingertips if you're a billionaire looking to do some tax-free projects and never get taxed ever. In a tax shelter, this is the way to do it right here, guys. Never get taxed ever. Build these buildings right here and have it in, it's called a dynastic trust, right? What a dynastic trust is, you can pass it down from generation to generation and never get it ever taxed. My aunt could tell you about that too. That's how we have our land in Belize. The way how it works, even if it's not in a dynastic trust, when you own land in our country, dude, even if you own tax on the land, the government never takes it away from you like in America. So you just owe tax since 1960 and have to pay them, but you're not gonna lose your land, right? So there are stories about people who own land in the late 50s or whatever. They passed that land down to their children and they never paid tax, and the children never paid tax, right? And the children still own the land. The government never took it away. Now in the US, I have neighbors in the US who had to sell their land. They had to parcel off their properties because of the tax on the land. The children weren't able to keep the land from the parents, because the parents had like 80,000 acres of land. They passed it down to the children. Children didn't have that type of income as the dad to pay the taxes on it. So they had a couple generations down, they start selling off the land. They start selling off their land. When they sold off their land, now they only have one small piece, and they could just say, oh, we used to have this. In Belize, you could have kept it without paying any tax. All the rich people there, they're in the documents, in the government documents. Some of the richest people in Belize haven't paid land tax in years. And they own millions of it. And they never take their land because they can't, they just don't. The government of Belize just won't take your land. Just leave you with it, no matter who you are. Right? That's one thing that they have. Strong land laws, guys. Look into it, man. You need to look into it if you're looking to save money on taxes. Definitely check. This is what the whole family does, guys. Yeah, guys, so I'm documenting everything so you guys can see this is complete honesty. I always say that a lot of people in America, they pretend to be good people, but they can't do this that I'm telling you. I'm giving you all the secrets without charging anything for it, because I never do that. That's not how I ever grow wealth. I don't need to do that to keep my wealth, because whatever I have, I kept forever without even paying taxes on it, you know? And that's how we do it. And I'll show you guys everything. I'm in the bathroom right now, complete transparency. You know, live, you'll see this. I apologize who doesn't like this type of stuff, but complete transparency, guys. There's nothing to hide. You know, I'm a complete person, you know. I have done nothing wrong that I'm not proud of. You know what I mean? So, I'm 100% live right now, and this is what it is. Right? Whatever I've done that I'm not proud of, I already asked for forgiveness from God a long time ago and changed my life completely from anything of that sort. And once you ask for forgiveness, it's wiped clean, you know? So that's what it is. There's nothing that I carry around that's karma. It's completely clean, right? So whatever I tell you guys, 100% clean. I don't want any negative people to say anything negative about it, because, dude, there's always been negative people around, and that's why I went to law school for 6 years, because I went to one of my country's consulate generals, right? And I told him about this project I'm doing, and the consulate general asked me if I wanted to go to jail. I just told him about the business idea. He asked me if I wanted to go to jail. So what I did, I went to law school for 6 years instead. I told myself, oh, people go to jail for 10 years. So I'm going to study every section of the law like I'm in jail for 6 years. That's what I told myself, even if I don't like it. And I went to the best British law school just to make sure that before I even come to you guys like this, everything is clean, 100%, because that's what I'm about. I don't want anyone to say, because they used to do that when I was a kid, you know, they always tell me that I'm this or I like that. I was like, dude, I'm perfect. I go to church 3 times a week. They're telling me I did this or I did that I haven't done. So I know there's people out there that work for the devil that just look at me and think negatively. They don't know anything about me, right? So I was like, okay, the best thing to do is live stream everything, because that's the best thing to take to court, right? And get a law degree from the best law school, right? So that I could be my own defense and not be like those guys who just be their own defense and know nothing to defend themselves in law. So that's what it is, guys. I have my own defense, and my first practice is actually the Supreme Court. So this is not no joke. Like the first rally is actually playing ball at the most Supreme Court. Okay, they're not to be playing with. You can't play with them, dude. You got to be 100% perfect coming through that door with them. They have no time for mediocrity, nothing like that. So that's my first playing of the game. So you guys can say what you want to say, and I'm gonna be 100% honest and clear with you. The Supreme Court knows me. Look up my title there, and that's what they call me. So if it's in the law, it's in the case law, and you cannot dispute my title or anything about me because it's in case law. I went to law school for 6 years, the British law school. No one here in my comments could never dispute anything I'm saying if you don't have the same type of criteria that I have and real law to back it up. And then you have. Let's go back and forth with it with a good debate that's legally based. Right? So that's what it is. I don't want to go too much on that, but I just have to defend my image. You know, because it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. It's been that's what kept us alive. It's been that case since we were in Americas, you know, and that's why we still have our lands, and no one has taken it, because we always have to defend ourselves, and we never back it up. We won. That's not for George, man. Not everyone is ready for this reality. Everyone is an alternate universe based on television. I don't even, in our religion, TV and radio is not allowed, so I don't even know what's going on besides what we're doing in our little community. We're away from the city. When I come to the city, it's like they almost shut you now. Oh, you're not with them. Go to the city now with all these heathens. So that's where I'm from, man. Having a phone, that was outlawed. Having a TV and a computer. Because that's what happens, man. You come in the system and expect it city. In our system, there's no girls walking around with tech song to attempt to. All the women have on big dresses. You don't even think about nothing. Why? That's not even in your imagination. You don't see no TV, there's no phone. What you think about is creating and inventing things. That's what happens in that society. Because you have nothing, you think about creating. I'm thinking about what you can get off Amazon. Thinking of what you can make out of what's around you. That's how I grew up, you know, so that's why I don't even want to buy things. I don't even know what I need. You know, because I don't need anything. That's the problem. Everything I have is I like to walk barefooted, but it's just more comfortable to walk with the shoes on concrete. If it was all like sand everywhere, And grass, I walk barefoot. So there is a luxury to having grass and sand. When you get older and you start walking on concrete, you'll see how it feels different on your joints than if you walk in sand and grass. So that's why, if you want to really live long, what you need to invest in is not an IRA plan and a good health plan. What you need is a farm. Go get some acreage. That's what you need to invest in. Take all your life savings, buy some land, and just go there and develop that however you can. Grow radish. It grows right away. Grow radish, grow freaking flowers, grow spinach, grow lemons, grow oranges. Those are easy. Just buy them from Home Depot already. Just stick them in the ground and water them. That's it, man. Once you do that, that's all you need to do to live forever. Because you need contact with earth. Right? And go find farmers. Listen, have a good diet and contact with earth every day. All that other bullshit that we're doing, saving up all this millions for your retirement to give to a doctor. Get a farm, man. Get a farm. That's what you need to do. Invest that into your farm. If you need it anytime, get a reverse mortgage on it. It's always there. Get a farm. That's what I have to tell you. That's what my family has done. Well, all this time, I don't look wealthy or whatever, but we have a lot of land that we don't even know what to do with. That's why I need you. I put this link right here in the bottom of the video. It's not just me, guys. It's all of us that has my DNA and my monarchy. We have so much love that just gives us land. You guys are indigenous blood. Here you go, land. Well, that's the thing. They do the same thing as America. How are they going to develop their land with their horse and their mule? You need money for that too, right? If you're the horse and the mule, you have 40 acres. I have 40 acres here. You know how hard that is to cut by hand if you don't have a tractor? You need to get a tractor. You need to fence it up. You need to buy some animals for it. You need to invest in some sheds to keep your equipment in. You need 4 acres and 4 million. That's what you need. If you really try a tough business, because that's what it is to freaking buy equipment for a farm. Or you could get 40 acres and like 40,000 on a thousand. You could get a John Deere with that, and that's it. 40,000 gets you a nice John Deere. John Deere, John Deere is like hiring clothes. You could do everything with a John Deere. Good. I know some guys, they have 100 John Deeres and a 4 truck. 100 freaking John Deere. What type of cars could you buy with 100 John Deere tractors? But they have a Ford old pickup truck. So you see them drive on the street in town with an old pickup truck. And you go to their farm, they have lined off with John Deere out there. Because that's what's making the money for them, the John Deere. That's all I need today. That's why I have my other one. I don't even own one. My neighbor has one. John Deere, boom. 30 minutes. Boom, whole thing cut. I cut it by hand. Takes me 2 days. Cut it by hand with no machines, because I'm organic. I want to like get the body workout too. No machines, just by hand for exercise. A whole week. It's 40 acres. It's not easy. So people talk about they want these reparations. What are you going to do with it, and where are you going to put it? You're going to get it taxed. By the time you have grandkids, you don't even know what that looks like, because you don't even know how to manage it tax-free forever. You need to come through me. I'm the only guy who can collect for all of them. I can collect for all of them, because otherwise they're not going to have it. No one's going to have it. You need to know how to manage. To manage, you cannot manage on your own. You need to manage to an institution. That's a non-profit institution. The only thing you could do when you get those money is give it directly to a credit union right now. It's the safest thing you can do, and never touch it. Just get paid interest and use the interest to spend. Other than that, you're not doing anything. You're stupid. You're spending time right now. You're not doing anything. Right? It's like that thing you do. I'm giving away free freaking game. So you put the money there, and then you use your credit to buy stuff from inside your unit. That's what. Because we're gonna have credit now. Because now you have capital. Anyways, done. No more secrets for you. Go to my website so you can learn that there's something clothes and Gucci exclusive stuff about real things like that. Have real things, okay? Real education, real assets, real land, a real freaking farm with a view that nobody can freaking dispute my view, okay? My view has a lake, mountains, castles, everything. I have the best freaking view. And the highest peak. And that's the only spot where you want the highest peak, the best views. Okay? When it comes to me, you got to climb 2,000 feet. Okay? When I look up my window, I see clouds below me. Okay? I'll show this on camera next week because you guys see it's a game. It's not a game. You do this all over through the pandemic, zero. Now, boom. Every single time you think, so I'm telling you guys, you'll watch me in a freaking master move right now. Whenever the world is in a bunch of chaos, it's a time when I move. When everyone's happy and go lucky, I chill. When everybody is scared, that's when we're on bucket moves, man. That's the only way to do it. It's called chapter 20 and chapter 8 of Billionaire's books, okay? You have to look for the drunken guy in the market. Who's drunk? Who's drunk selling for cheap? Who's stupid selling for a dumbass price? It's an easy game, man. It's not about what's fancy. It's about what's smart. So read that book. Chapter 20 and chapter 8. That's my number. I'm number 28. LVXXVIII. Chapter 20 and chapter 8. That's the only freaking thing you need to read. Read that. Read the signs of growing rich. Just do the freaking first part of it and you'll be good to go. Get the land. It tells you there, get land. Nobody fucking does that. Get land anywhere, man. Get it in Tennessee. It's cheap. $10,000. Just own it. Sell it to a farmer. Lease it to a farmer. Get land in freaking Georgia somewhere. It's cheap. It's super cheap. Just get it with arable soil that you can grow something, you know? Nowadays you could even get desert land in California and it's like filled with lithium at the bottom. You can get desert land for stupid cheap in California. This stuff's got nothing in that there, but stupid cheap in the middle of nowhere. And it probably has lithium and oil under it. All the resources are yours. Right? $10,000 gets you that. Go on Redfin, buy nothing. Buy nothing and just hold that stupid asset right there. Trust me, it's better than gambling in Vegas. Just buy some land over there instead. What are they going to charge you? 50%? And then the rest, you pay? Or you just pay the 50% cash? Come on. Let's do that, dude. Don't be spending on stupid shit. Dude, since I'm so poor, I only buy things that's going to last 50 years or more. Because otherwise, I'm stupid. If I'm just going to like go away tomorrow or 2 weeks from now, I don't want it. Just in case I lose all my money, I need to have a valuable asset to spend it. Right? That's the basis of trading. I want to be able to trade this gloves to someone who wants it, who needs it, who sees it and say, hey, my hands are fucked up, I need some gloves. So I need good gloves. Right? I need good, decent, valuable. And that's how we should always buy decent good things that you can trade. Even if you're never going to trade. That's how you spend your money smartly. That's what it is, guys. All I do is study. Anyone knows me or my family, they know it's a business family, so that's all we know. That's what I'm not even cheap. My dad is cheap. I'm not even cheap. My partner is cheap. I'm not even cheap. My sister is cheap. I'm the guy who's spending the most. So I need to like rein myself in. That's how I know all this stuff, you know? Yeah. So they would like rein me in and tell me, hey, what's going on here? You know, I have everybody around me have great financial management skills to the level that they do it professionally. So yeah, there's no issue ever when it comes to managing your finances in my realm. Bankers, top accountants from BlackRock and Ernst & Young and Deloitte at the lowest level. That's the lowest level of Deloitte. You hear what I'm saying? It's only like top 4 I stay with or top 2. That's all I have access to. I don't need anything else. It's been that way. It's Deloitte, Ernst & Young. That's the only freaking 2. And PwC sometimes, right? But that's what we have access to. Because we have Deloitte in our country. So people I know have been interning at Deloitte since high school. That's why I know about it. We have Deloitte. We have Ernst & Young in London, so that's why I know people from since I was a kid. Ernst & Young. I know this working for Ernst & Young. So those are my connections. So I come and all those companies just run into people from BlackRock. Maybe one of you guys watching this stuff from BlackRock because you're my friends. That's what happens. Right? The only experience I have is in banking and oil and now law. Right? So that's my background, guys. 100% clear. Whatever you see here is 100% legit. There's no type of monarchy here or type of debauchery going on in any of my companies. You always see something successful happening. And so stick with it. 100%, that's how we operate. That's the only thing I know. What else, guys? I get 6 years of house, so I don't have time. I have about 2 good published books. That I have so many things I do that that's all I can show you guys what I do. There's no free time because time is money. So this is my free time here. I come to the gym and I invest into getting healthy, right? Other than that, I'm around my computer. Spend way too much time on my computer. So I need to come to the gym and get out and see sunshine, see people. Yeah, because that's all I do, guys. I'm a computer nerd in my own way. Yeah. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes to make sure that you pass law school. You got to make sure that you spend a lot of time writing a lot of articles and researching a lot of articles. So that's what I do daily. Court cases, all that good stuff. I have to make sure that we're fighting sometimes 6 lawyers at a time, right? So I gotta make sure, it's very frustrating, so I gotta make sure that all my information is 100% accurate. And right now I'm getting the best training because I'm going through the Supreme Court, so Supreme Court of Los Angeles is the highest level here. Guys, and it's undisputed. If you go through there, and anybody who works there will tell you, it's not a ballpark for children. You know, you have to have good, strong emotions to go through that place because they're gonna trash you. That's all they do. You're gonna get trashed. You're getting trashed from even coming in through the clerk. They're just throwing your stuff back if it's not. One word is not correct. One letter on the word is not correct. It's coming back to you. Boom, you're wasting money. So yeah, that's what I'm I'm not studying that, I'm doing that live, okay? And I gotta make sure that I'm on key with that. So that's what I'm working with. 100% transparency, guys. So you can know exactly I'm legit. There's no scams here because I want people to look at me because I'm a black person. Of course, I'm a chocolate guy. So they call me Chocolate Man. I also have chocolate deals going on in Toledo, Belize. So I'm literally Chocolate Man. I make a chocolate drink every morning. If you could see, I haven't sold it yet, but it will be sold like, I don't know how much a cup, like at least $20 a cup, because that has like lion's mane, reishi mushroom, all types of scientific things in there that's definitely not worth a coffee price, because it's not just a bunch of sugar, it's things to make you smarter, stronger, live longer, fight cancer. Yeah, it's gonna help you to fight cancer. Make sure that you guys could have good respiratory system. That's what I use it for a lot. Simple and easy, guys. Today I'm walking about 9 miles, so that's not too long. It's not too far. At the same time, too, I want to make sure that I get a good workout in before I go. At least so I could maintain my body, because it's easy for me to do cardio. That's easy for me to do cardio all day. But the hard part is to make sure that I keep a body with it, you know? Because it's easier to burn fat if you run and you exercise every day. They gotta make sure you eat muscle. So this is why you come to the gym to start strengthening. Salt is the complete tax-free tax shelter when you invest in this type of real estate location. It's 100% tax-free. And how we do that is by incorporating ecclesiastical law. So if you want to know more about how that works, just Google it and see. You don't do that much in America unless you're a Mormon, unless you're a Scientologist, unless you're a Catholic, or unless you have any other church. That's how they operate those operations, and the pastors just buy their jets or whatever. It's through ecclesiastical law, and I help you to do that when you sign up with us. It's 100% legal, and they can never come after you once you're signed up with under system. Ever. So old, it's an old system that's been around. It's been around before the Vatican. That's what the Vatican uses. That's what King Louis XIV also used to build Versailles, and to actually take power back from the Parliament. He used ecclesiastical law, right? So that's a part of the monarchical system that we know about, that we use. So what I have mega wealth structures that we build. If you listen to my video, you see my aunt is also in the video. she discussed how she was with King Charles, pretty much his contractor. He visited my country. So those are the people that we have access to, literally, you know. So it's just our turn now to build our monarchy, and it's not King Charles's job to do that. It's my job to do that, you know. His job is to take care of London. A lot of people think it's King Charles or William's job to do that. But no, that's our job to build our community, you know? It's not their job to come there and do that. Their job is to build London and their cities. They have issues there too, you know, that they need to take care of, that they are taking care of. So it's each of us need to take up our crowns or take up our titles and actually go and do the work for it. Okay, because a lot of people could just dress pretty and wear a lot of jewelry and stuff and call themselves titles, but they don't really do the work, and they're not signed up legitimately under a system or anything. This right here is legitimate 100%, and I don't even want to show or wear anything, but I have to at my age now. You know, I rather hide. It's easy to hide. You know, I rather do that like everyone else, just hide away. But I have to help my people. I can't just come and take care of myself and say, hey, it's not even all of us, you know. My village had 5,000 people, guys. One of you guys to come with one investment and build a school, build a road, build an entire hotel facility, and create a multi-billion-dollar community right here, because it has access to the beach, land, and a bunch of tourists that already drive through. They just don't have access to any resources to build a hotel. The right hotels, you know, you need the right hotels. We don't have average tourists come into our country, so we just can't build like a motel and be like, oh yeah, you're good to go. No, we need to build Ritz and Marriott, because that's who's driving there. I'm telling you, it's King Charles people and stuff like that coming to see all the you know, barrier reef and all that things that we have that no one else in the world has. So that's pretty much what it is, guys. It's a 100% tax-free wealth strategy that we have. 100% tax-free wealth strategy. So this is how it works, man. How it works is you're looking for a perfect tax shelter. It's usually in the Caribbean because it's under a different jurisdiction of law. Get a second passport there. Anything that happens in your country, they need to ask the government for permission to access you. And if that government says no, then they don't have access to you. So that's the point of having multiple passports, right? I'm not saying that this is going to give you, it just gives you immunity in a way that you're not just under the control of one single entity. It gives you multiple access to multiple different jurisdictions, right? But what my program does is within that jurisdiction, it also gives you a separate sovereign cover that they can't touch you based on having that sovereign ecclesiastical law that covers you based on your title, based on what you do, based on your operation. It could only go through a special court system, which is the ecclesiastical, which is the courts of the church. So that's pretty much how it works. And it's been there before. The reason why that's legal is because it's been there since Moses. He's the guy who started that pretty much. So that's how law works, man. There's a lot of things that help you if you like history, and yeah, you should learn about all these different laws. Right? To help you live completely tax-free, thinking about the next thing to do, but also securing every move you make, so that you don't erase the work you did by getting taxed or getting kind of forfeiture of any type of by any government entity. You get a complete block against this when you have the system, because instead of them suing you personally, they'll be blocked by an entity, and they can't sue that entity. They're not able to sue that entity. It's not a business, so they have to sue it. Right? So if they sue you individually, you don't own those assets. The entity owns it. Right? And unless that entity is operating the asset as a business, then they can sue for damages based on that cost in certain way because of how it's structured under 501c3. There's also limitations compared to LLC and other corporations. Right? Like just look up in the law how many times you've seen someone sue a church or something, compared to how many times they've sued Apple, sued Microsoft, sued any other corporation. It's 100% legal. A lot of people use it, the structure of it, just kind of a secret structure. Average investors for like middle class investor with under $50 million in capital, they wouldn't know about a lot of the structures. Some people would, but a lot of people wouldn't know. When you reach to the realm of around $100 million, then at that stage you have to know about these structures. Because that's the only way you could save on huge taxes that you're getting on your assets. Like a $100 million house, you're gonna get minimum, your tax for that is about $150,000 per year. You're gonna pay estate tax in Los Angeles, right? So we could write that off for you 100%, so you don't even have the taxes, you don't owe them. How are you gonna do that? You're gonna change the structure of what you have. Instead of it being a house, you're gonna turn it into a spiritual place, because it is. If you have birthday parties, there's no such thing as a birthday party. A birthday party is a solar return party. That's a religious ceremony that happens the same time every single year. Christmas party is literally Jesus' birthday. That's religious. Just like the church, you're having a ceremony for Jesus or Santa, whoever it is. That's what you believe in. And you can believe anything you want in the US, right? So if you're having all these things in your house, why are you paying taxes for having religious ceremony? If you pray before you eat, and you're having a spiritual sanctification before each meal. If you're a Christian, you should never live in a house and pay tax, because that should be under a spiritual structure, right? So that's the way how we do it. We turn it into a spiritual place. It's literally spiritual. We take pride into making sure that if you're having a party or whatever, you have to, all those candles and everything have a meaning. So we bring meaning to everything that we do instead of just having decorations. Now there's meaning to it. Right? And the meaning to it, in written memorandum, that what gives us the power to call it a spiritual occasion under a religion, because we have a memorandum to it, there's a meaning to it, and we sign off and say that this is the way how we celebrate, this is the way how we worship. It doesn't have to be one specific thing. It could be anything that we decide that you want to turn into a spiritual ceremony for yourself, for your family, or if you have someone, God forbid, you have some kind of passing your house and you pay for everything, that should be written off completely. If you sign up all your cars or your house under this thing, you get to keep everything. What we do is just structure how you use them, and that's how we make it legal. So how you use them is we rebrand them. We're branded, so whenever you're using them with a purpose for the function of your home. And that way, you're never using it for your own self. You're using it for a purpose. You're not buying the clothes for yourself. You're buying the clothes as a uniform to go to this event as a purpose. Because you're the steward of this thing, you have to look a certain way, and that's in your stuff. It's never for you if you're serving a purpose. Okay? It's for the purpose. You're just an important mechanism. You can't do it with a robot. You need a person to do it, right? You need the Pope. You need King Charles to be there and do that. So you need to buy the crown and put the jewels on it. And you need to pay for that to put it on his head so he can play the role of being the leader, okay? So that crown shouldn't be taxed. Ever. Right? It's not for him. It's for the role. It's whoever gets it. It's for billionaires, blah, blah, blah. You get it? And so your children gets your car next, they get your house next, they get your clothes next, whatever it is. Who's the next person in line to take care of your name and your generation and your legacy? Right? Because that's important. It's your DNA. That's why your parents have you. They wanted to pass down that DNA, and that's a part of your spiritual lineage. Whatever they believe, whatever you believe, you should live smarter than just scrolling on the phone and just listening to what the guys are selling you on TV. I'm not selling anything. Just go to houseofcomfort.com if you want to donate there, you can donate. I'm not selling you anything. I'm just telling you 6 years of British law I have, the Cambridge education also, ecclesiastical law, a way you can save money by creating tax-free shelters in Belize. We have private islands also for under 500K. We're small, but we have them there for under 500K. Right now we have an island I'd like you to develop with me. It's 500 acres for $12 million to purchase it. That one has about 50 small islands. So it's a big project that we could do, definitely. It's going to be like worth $1 billion when I'm done with it. Just to start the project, it's going to be worth $1 billion after we purchase it for $12 million. Those are the projects that we have all over the world. You know, it's little pockets that no one knows about that I know of. I have access to them through my Monaco because that's where my people live. They're not in contact with anyone else but us.
I did like one more month.
Right? So that's pretty much access. They don't have access to you, I have access to you. They have islands, they have everything. They have no one to invest in them. You guys can just freaking buy one of those islands with the same price you buy a house here. You go play golf on it all day if you want. Nobody's gonna bother you. You could have your Tesla satellite there, have your boats. Hey, you know these guys who play basketball and stuff? Some of them own islands down there. I'm telling you, these basketball players are not even rich as you guys. They're like playing on the bench, and they own islands in my country. I'm telling you, they own islands there with jet skis, all that good stuff. Nice, easily. I don't want to call names because some of them probably would see this video and want to be mad when I go there and visit them. Visit their islands because they have nice islands. Trust me, these guys are doing really good work. We have Leonardo DiCaprio. We have the guy who did what's the name of the Godfather? Yeah, the guy who filmed that. That whole family, the Coppola family, Nicolas Cage and them, they're in my country. That's where they've been since I was born, since like the early 1900s. It's the early that guy's he's up there. So he's been there before I was born, like 1980s, I say. In the 1980s, he went there and built a place and been there since. It's called Blanca Milk. You have an airstrip and everything. Right? You have him. You have the Hilton Hotel. A lot of other people, man. Just Google my country. It's super popular. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He goes there every year. He invests there in Mahogany Bay. I'll show you. Look at the real estate guys. Don't listen to me, guys. Look at the real estate guys. They're the perfect people to tell you. They look like real investors. They sound like it. They're from here and they invest all over the U.S. Check with them. Look at the real estate guys and see they're not saying exactly what I'm saying. Go look for Will Mitchell. That's my friend. Go look at what he's doing. He lives there and he's building every single day. instead of doing it in Canada, he's been there for, I don't know, 10 years. He's a young guy, and he's built up a good reputation for himself. So if you think I'm not trustworthy, just go to Will. That's my guy anyway. Go to him. Tell him I sent you. I'm just telling you, there's 15 years later, if you go directly to him, he's going to tell you exactly what I'm telling you. This thing is tax free. You can own land, never pay taxes on them. Even if you owe the government, they're never going to take your land from you. Because that's the way how we've kept our land. Some of our grandparents never paid. And we still have it. Just gotta go pay. You can even start building before you even pay. You owe them still. That's how the government works. How like owning land in my country versus owning anything in the US. We have indigenous laws that protect us. Right? Because of these laws, now we can use them for business. Even like CARICOM has a lot of trade laws that we can use
right now.
with Hong Kong.
What's JT? You just got back.
Yeah. All the other CARICOM countries. CARICOM, the United Nations, and also the Commonwealth. So we use the Commonwealth to the T. That's why I have British law degree, because I could practice an entire of all the Commonwealth. It's the same laws that govern. It's just you have to find their own territorial laws that sometimes is another layer. It's just like in the city, you have city ordinances, and then you have federal laws. The British system works as a federal system for CARICOM and Commonwealth areas in the same way. It covers the entirety of all of them that's under the flag, or that were under the flag, or that were that speaks English per se. Because the British system also covers American law. The difference between American law and British is that for American law, you have to learn constitutional law. Constitutional law is just their constitution, so you have to read their constitution so that you know the rights that you have under their constitution. So, and that gives you another layer of protection. So, if you know British law plus American law, California law plus American law, I use British law as my framework, and then I add in California law as second level of protection, because under California law, there are certain things that protect you.
I didn't see my dad this morning yet. Really?
So
I saw like
pretty much that's how it works.
I was trying to like be nice and like help
I'm
people get the
practicing
door,
at a Supreme Court level. So if it works there, then I really don't care about the commentary, because all I care about is winning. You know? Yeah, guys, so British law, see if it works in the Supreme Court in California. Let's see. Let's see British law versus a team of 12 lawyers right now. One person, me, going against a team of 12 lawyers. And it's going to be a whole long game, which is case is the 28th of October, which I like that date because it's Bill Gates' birthday. So maybe something big happens that day. For me, it's nothing. I don't think it's going to be anything big. Just going to court because it's usually a long process, right? But it's still just a good day to fill in and get some good energy.
My dad was at the gym when I left. Always at home.
Yeah, guys, so again, that's what we're doing. We're making sure that if you have private equity wealth and you're looking for luxury real estate, estate magnets, high yield returns, I'm the person for that. Also, I have the investor visa hack. This is the billionaire path right here to global residency and luxury citizenship, right? That's what I have right here. You can just go to house. And also, I want you to watch as I dive deep into the world of building your own sovereign city for ultra wealthy. Get the private equity blueprint. Check out the house.
I can't make my
This
wrist
is insane,
bigger.
guys. I built my own character city. So this is gonna be built off European city. Pretty much we're building it off Venice because I'm from the throne of Lovoy. I just know I'm Lovoy, you know? Like, that's just me. I just know because he has the same DNA as my DNA. Like he has the Spanish DNA and all the European that I have, and I'm just a little bit of Russian mix. And if you look up Louis had a bunch of bastard childs living in Versailles. So probably one of them, you know, was from me for sure, because actually I like the son, all that good stuff. And then I learned about him. I was like, dude, I'm freaking Louis. That's me. You look like him. I like the things he liked. And he had a bunch of freaking bastard kids inside of his palace. Because if it's from a different type of woman or whatever, they don't really give them the title. They give them freaking just the name, but he's there taking care of him. So he had a government that's taking care of them, you know. So pretty much, dude, if you could call yourself another gender, I could call myself whatever I want. Okay. So if you're walking around calling yourself another gender, then you have nothing to tell me about me with a real DNA that supports this. Right? And what we do is I buy private island for pennies. How you buy a private island for pennies? Pennies, because we have one, a large one for sale for 12 million, and it has like 25 other ones around that. Okay? It's small ones, large ones. It's a bunch of little islets. We have the Belize, Visa Secrets. It's a tax-free paradise. We build Caribbean wealth. When you Visa hacks, you can unlock the secret to a tax-free life in Belize. It's a jaw-dropping investor Visa hack that I have here. Completely tax-free. Just doing some maintenance here, just to make sure I'm not trying to add no bulk or nothing. Just trying to make sure that we could still go 20 miles smoothly, not feeling like there's nothing holding me back. No muscle aches. I'm not too big or too bulky, but you know, just nice, lean, like a piece, like a horse or something. You know, I want to be like a nice thoroughbred. I don't want to be like a bull. You know, those are nice and muscular. Those are beautiful too. That's more for like a footballer or some type of rugby sport. That's if you look. I'm a distance runner, so I want to be like a So for me, what I put in most of my effort in, 100% effort, guys, I put 100% of my effort into my legs. That's where I win, you know. And everything else, like right now, this is like, I really don't like doing this because it does nothing for me, like athletically for my sport, because I run, right? So when I lift in my hands, these weights, they look good, but it's not making me faster, you know? So I literally care about doing my legs. I literally care about doing my legs before I do those arm exercises, but I need to have like balance structure, so I need to add some arms to it, so I make sure that I do a little bit. This is nice and easy today. These are some 40s right here. Put in some 40s here. You can find these for sale on Amazon too if you just want to purchase them. Have them at home. It's just nice and easy to carry. Men, women, kids, everybody. Well, not kids, but teenagers easily work out with this. It's not really doing anything for me, but I think it's good for just keeping the body nice and aligned when I'm running. Guys, but I have the investor hats right here, 100%. Dude, what we do in my family is business and law. So that's what I have access to. Business, law, finance, accounting, any of those things you need help with in my country or in California, I could hook you up. The type of law we deal with for the most part is investor relations. That's what I do. So I don't really meddle with anything outside. What I'm good at is contract law for myself. Contracts. I'm good at tort. Anything that has to do with tort. And also civil. Now I think the most expertise I have right now is in civil claims because I'm actually representing myself in a case. It's unlimited, so in Supreme Court. Guys, and this is all Cambridge education when it comes to international education, British law. That's what we're doing here. You know, it took me a while to study the criteria, but now after pandemic and all that, we've completed this whole criteria process. Add that to my repertoire now, and the process continues. Now we're doing international relations and maritime law with it. So if you have yachts or boats and you want to know docking secrets or maritime law secrets, then I'm the guy for that also. How to get out of the jurisdiction and go into your own jurisdiction, because that's what gives you the benefit of owning a boat. It's literally owning your own country. Billionaires don't own yachts because of the size or how they look. They own it because of the control they have when they're on top of it. It's your own country water. And depending on where you float, now you're in their own jurisdiction, but you have to be in there like 30, usually about 20 miles to their coast, something like that. If you stay away like 20 miles from their coast, then you're in your own, you're in no man's land pretty much. They can't touch you. So if you stay away from their coast, you could sail around the world. Just don't go near any territorial coast. And internationally, nobody could touch you. You know? Like, think about it. When it comes to certain military ships or whatever, the only way they could operate. The only way they can operate is within their territorial coast, right? Or any coast that they have jurisdiction for. If you're outside of that jurisdiction, they would have to have access from the other jurisdiction that you're in. And if you're in none of them, then who are they going to call? Right? So you'd have to be next to a coast. That's the benefit of it. If you own a yacht, you know that. So you just have to know where you're going to dock and what's the safest places to dock. That gives you a type of immunity from certain entities. I don't want to call names from the different entities, but different docks you have will give you immunities from other entities. Completely 100% legal. It's not a thing where you're trying to escape anything, it's just a way of protection in case you need it for any necessary reason. You may want to just have that access to that for your own safety. Right, so that's the secret strategy. Do all of this for tax free. And you could have dynastic trust, pass your wealth from generation to generation, tax free, the same structure. So your children never get taxed. These structures are being used all the time. that's how you kept Getty. Getty's tax-free structure. That's how we could have it without it being taxed. It's $100+ million real estate that the government helps take care of. Okay? What else do we have? We have Hearst Castles. Hearst Castle is still being stewarded by the family. The family still controls it. You go there, a guy driving around in a truck that looks like a farmer. He is a Hearst. He's the guy who is the chairman of the whole thing. So they don't pay tax on that. That's a tax-free structure. So that's the same structure we use. See, I'm telling you, you have to be $100 million plus family to make that structure exist. Most people who are just having $20 million wealth, $50 million wealth, under $100 million, you're just growing it. You don't know these structures yet. You're still in the growth phase. You're not in the protection phase. For me, I have generational wealth. So I'm 100% protection phase. Growth is easy. Selling products is easy. Keeping your wealth in America, for people who look like me, that's not known. And we've done it for generations, not in America, but across the Caribbean. Some of the wealthiest people in America are Caribbean people like me. Like in Florida and stuff like that, we're the wealthiest people. Some of the wealthiest people, like look at their backgrounds. They're not Americans, because Americans don't have the knowledge we have. You know, Black Americans don't have this knowledge because of the society that they have here. It's different from Caribbean society. Caribbean society, we own the plantations, so we have a plantation mindset of owning, of knowing how to work that plantation. That's what my family still does. You know, to this day, they own plantations. And they still work it. And that's what I learned as my job when I was a kid, to plant. When I was 12, coming from school, it used to be my hobby. My grandfather picked me up and took me and we plant together. That's what I used to do for fun. We plant all type of stuff together. Dig up the ground, plant, water it, and then you see that thing grow and you feel good about what you did, you know? So that's what we have here as Caribbean people. And people who didn't have access to land or farms, you know, you don't really get that extra wealth that you could build knowing that you could grow your own food. Not just grow your own food, but you could grow high-priced commodities that sell. For me, I look at the consumer index. Consumer index is the easy way you can learn how to make money if you want to make quick money. Look at the consumer index. Look at the commodities. And then look at how much the commodities are being sold for. And you could literally buy tomatoes and sell tomatoes for 50 cents more and beat the other stores because you know that you could get it at the source for this price and that price. We have a store, so that's why I know to do that since I was like 12. That's what I learned to do, you know? So it's, for me, it's not, for me, I could go anywhere and turn anything into profit. Anything I touch turns to gold. Anything, you know? I could just look at it and be like, okay, this is good, this is not good. That's horrible. Just look at it and see if you would buy it. Would you buy it? You're not going to buy it. Why wouldn't you buy it? That means it's a horrible product. Get rid of it. Put something there that's attractive. Put Princess Diana there. Put a blonde model there. Put freaking something there that people want. Watch that sell. Okay? What do people want? What's the most thing? Tom Cruise? Put him there. Find a guy who looks like him, put him there, and sell underwear. You're talking to me about money, dude? I'm the freaking Don. You know what they call me in any business I've ever worked at? Money bags. Just show me what you got, let me sell it out the door. If it's not garbage that's killing people, let me sell it out the door. It has to be doing good for society. It's easy. Once it benefits people, I don't have to sell, they want it. You just have to have a willing mentality to show them what it is that they want. Here's Victoria's Secret. Is this what you're looking for and what you're Googling? Here you go. Well, here's the wealth strategy. I have it right here for you. I'm not even trying to sell you. I'm just telling you, here's the way to make sure that you can pass your wealth down to your generations tax-free in a tax-free shelter. Ever. Just like how my family did. And even if you screw up somewhere and whatever you did, you're never going to lose it as long as you put it in land and real estate. even if your kid is dumb and does something crazy with it, as long as they don't sell that real estate and just keep it there, my country, they're never going to take it away from you like America does. America likes to take things away from you. My country don't do that. They leave you with it. They're never going to take it, man. I'm telling you. I have my aunt here on my videos telling you about all this land that we have. They never pay tax on them. In America, we wouldn't own any land like that anymore. They would take it because it's like, oh, you haven't paid tax since the 60s? What? You haven't paid tax since the 60s? Right? On some beach land? They're taking that real quick and giving it to somebody else, giving it to one of their friends. In our country, we're protected by law. We have indigenous rights that they don't have here in America. We can help you and give you those same rights no matter what you look like. Even if you're not indigenous, you work with me, I'll put you under a shield, and you have the same rights. You never get taxed once you use these laws. That's how we operate them. You know, we come and we bring a school for the people. We make sure that all the workers have food and housing. Because that's what people care about. Right? We automatically take that out of their salaries, so they never have to pay for food or housing. Show up to work and train them every day to make sure that they're improving their skills. There's no company in America that does that. Maybe in Spain, maybe in the European Union, somewhere nice, they do that. But not in America. You can do that. It's easy. It's a thing just put that into building a nice, beautiful residential area for all employees, right? And we deduct the rent out of their paycheck still. But we give them a nice paycheck, and the rent we write off. So we make the paycheck okay, nice and big, plus deduction of rent, so it comes down to regular price. We're not overpaying anything, okay? So on the books, it looks nice and beautiful, and we get to write it off. 100% legal. There's nothing bad I just did. It's just that we're not paying taxes on it. Okay? You can freaking take the rents from your employees and write that off. Take their food and write it off. Why freaking make them have to come and slave away for your job, run back to their shitty homes, and then fucking come and slave away again 3 hours to their favorite job? Dude, just keep them there and make them work double. And you both freaking make more money. Because now you have more work being done. You have more freaking human capital working for you more. Okay, that's what it is. More human capital. You use them to make sure that their work, their security, everything is run like military stuff. Here's my population, man. 5,000 people. Try that. Yeah, a little freaking test dummy. You use that population. See if it works. If it doesn't work, so what? It's 5,000 people. It's not gonna hurt. It's not doing it in a million people population where you're gonna like run empty. You could do this with like $1 billion US. That's easy money, dude. You guys are throwing money at freaking Imagination AI, 400 million a piece. You can build a community. What is Imagination AI, dude? You're throwing money at that? I'll do Imagination AI with this community right here for you so you see it in practice. Put everything on YouTube Live and hook a camera up to everyone. So that whenever someone's in my community working on their investment, you're gonna see what the frig they're doing, how you're spending your money. 24 hours a day, we keep cameras on, okay? Next stop, we're gonna hit some more legs upstairs, and then we're gonna hit the gates. We're gonna hit the gates. Start the walk for today and put in a decent base. And then I guess get us up to speed.
nuestro.
¿Qué?
Esto es nuestro. No lo sé.
Hey guys, this is tax-free wealth strategy that I have. It's for people who are looking to invest in the Caribbean. Right now we have them 100%. We give you islands, pennies on the dollar. Right now we have some of these islands here. They've been up for sale since like, I don't know, 2010 or something. A lot of them are bought by like people who are older investors who they bought it when they were like 60 something and now they're like 80. So you're just looking to get rid of it now because you don't have the energy to do it, do the projects. So it's perfect for you guys to get it and let me do it because I have the energy to do it. So if I could do these though. Guys, a little bit above my wheelhouse, but that's how you do it. You know, you spike a little bit more and then gradually build up. This still may be a little bit much, but that's fine. A little bit more. Guys, I'm gonna take off one more. Now we're gonna just flex out with the one. So if you're seeing this now, this is pretty much the seated dip. This helps, I think, your shoulders and lower of your chest. Do one more set of this. The reason why I like doing this one because this is like the easiest way to target these muscles because it's going with gravity rather than if you want to target these muscles the same way, you have to push upwards. And if you push upwards, then it's going against gravity, so it's heavy. Pushing down gives you a little bit more power because you push down is easier than lifting up. So this machine, this shouldn't be like necessarily your bread and butter, but it should be your your toaster. So you have your bread and butter and you throw it in the toast. The bread and butter should be that other one. And then this is the way how you get it nice and toasty also. You know, we can put some more reps in and make sure that it's perfect. And this is how you get it nice and toasty. So bread and butter should always be the hard one, just in case. You know, that's the only thing. You know that, at least you know that. But this is the cheap right here. You have this one as a cheap, also the dip. This is the easy one. Hey guys, I gotta hit the road now, so say goodbye tomorrow. The hardest thing is to come and the hardest thing is to do it is to leave. That's with everything, right? That's the hardest thing, man. Getting your butt there and then leaving. I think it's in my DNA. You can get there late and then don't want to leave. Some bullshit like that. But, yeah, man. I'm gonna go to the top now. Getting some abs now. Just making sure I got all my accoutrements, you know. Because, always easy to like lose all your, you have a bunch of accoutrements. It's always easy to just lose things like that. Guys, so this is my next secret right here that I like to use. This is the ab machine. This ab machine right here is pretty much this ab machine right here pretty much helps you to get your nice six-pack abs going on. See, abdominal crunch pretty much. All right, I'm gonna set it to about, see, 90 right there. Bring it right here. You're gonna watch me doing it just like this. I'm gonna put it on an angle here so you can see everything right there. finishing up that real quick. Now I gotta get on the road before it's too late. Because I still need to cook today. So right now I'm just gonna bounce. I'm gonna skip that machine today. Just go straight to my walk because I'm already late. So right now it's minutes to 12. It's about 20 minutes to 12. Yeah guys, so right now I got about 6 miles to go and I have to cook, so I'll probably not eat anything until, I don't know, 1 o'clock or after. And yeah, that's how you do it, man.
Hey, that's good for like.
Showing you the slot exactly what's going on.
Yes.
So ihr seid hier auch so spontan.
Does that mean you have to get a delivery order?
Guys, so we have 100% tax-free shelter. You pass your wealth down to your kids, tax-free 100%. It's called a dynastic trust. And this is through UK sovereign law. We have access to it under ecclesiastical law system. The same system that's been used by the Vatican City, also used by the Church of Scientology. It's used by the Catholic churches across America and all the other churches. But we use it under the monarchy also, because every monarchy has a church that's over it. It's run by a bishop or a priest. Through that system, everything we have is tax-free 100%. It's just called ecclesiastical law that grants you that right to have tax-free system. To make sure that it's 100% tax-free at all times.
exceedingly.
Okay, guys, so I'm here in the trees. Maybe just looking around. Pretty much already know what I want. I'm gonna get some cheap avocados or tomatoes. I'm gonna grab today. Got some flowers here. See what's watermelon in here, guys. Not grabbing those today. Let me see. 4 pound avocados for organic 4 avocados over here. Beef steak tomatoes for 1 pound. 129 each for those. Some nectarines. It's 99 cents each for those. So $2.49 each. $4.99 for a bag of that. It's 4 count for $4.99, guys. Alright. Get a nice pack. Even these are not bad actually. If they're ready to go. For me to get it, they need to be ready to go because I'm not waiting, you know. I could get them somewhere else if I wait. That's how it is. So, I'm gonna put them in a meal today. And then we could wait for 1 or 2, but I'm not buying a whole pack that I gotta wait for. Oh, I think I got food. Yep. We could today. So that's what we're doing, guys. We're getting some avocados that we could eat now. And then, so I don't buy a lot of stuff, but when I do buy, I try to get for a good price. Don't see much in this place today. Right now, we got some avocados. This looks like what we're gonna buy today. We got the pears. I'm gonna put $3 for 2 pounds. There's soft enough. I'll see if maybe I'll get some of these today. Or I'll circle back. This is not far away from me. I could always come back and see how much is corn going for. Corn. Great for a girl. You put one of this. Put it in my bag. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of nutrition to it, so I don't really want to take up space in my bag for buying a piece of corn is pretty much buying carbohydrates, which is I could buy an apple too, and then maybe it has more like folate or more fiber in there or something that does something else more for me. So so this is what we're picking up today. This is what it feels like a good deal to me. All the apples here. That one was $2.99, but it's Granny Smith, which is for a whole bag of that. That's definitely a deal. One of the best apples for cancer. If you're trying to get rid of cancer, you're trying to live healthy, you have lung cancer, whatever you have, just eat that, man. Just eat that. I'm not saying it's gonna cure you. I'm just saying. It's better than drinking a Coke or anything else that you see on the shelf. Or just eat these. You know what I'm saying? Some pitted prunes. Yeah, my wife or my girlfriend has to buy anything else expensive that's impacted for me. I'm not buying nothing here. I would like to, let me see, $3.99 plus 5 plus $2.99. I want to be able to not spend a lot of money, you know? And I eat these too much and they're sweet, so I should just not buy them. Yeah. It's easy to do that. Just walk away from it. This is enough right here. So where I'm at right now is in Trader Joe's. I'm just getting 2 items right here. There's 2 items right here. I'm going to throw them in the same bag. Make sure that I'm not creating any type of waste for the environment. I'm not getting any more new plastic, adding it to the land waste. This is enough plastic and enough damage to the land waste already. So this is all I need to carry. Nothing extra. Damage the environment. I'm one person, right? So imagine I have me plus 3 kids plus everything else, and we're both buying water bottles and damaging the environment, one family at a time. So for me, this is my way to see what I can do for me. Just one guy. Because if I could do it for just me, then I'm saving a lot. Because otherwise, if one person is doing all the damage, then imagine everybody else compound together, you know? So, if I could save, I don't know, 1,000 plastic bags a year, by just every time not using them every time I come to the store, isn't that savings? You tell me, it's 10 cents every time. If I could save 1,000 paper bags, how many trees do we need to cut down for them, you know? Because we say it's green, but we still got to cut a tree down. How long does a tree live compared to a human, you know? Just because we could talk, we're more valuable than a tree that helps us to breathe, that doesn't get in trouble, doesn't do anything else, but just provides oxygen, doesn't pollute the earth in no type of way. You know, so for me, I try to save the trees, man. That's my thing. Hi guys, and this one is $7 something. So if you see this later, I spent $7 and change on these. $7.98 on these right here. Right, $7.98 total. I'll show you the receipt. $7.98. Thanks, man. $7.98 total. This is gonna last me a couple days for sure, guys. This is not one meal. This is not one snack, right? So this is what's sweet, guys. Tell me you can't survive. It's because you don't know what to buy. You know what I'm saying? You can't survive. You don't know what to buy. Guys. $7 something. And this is not one snack. If I eat this in one snack, I'm a greedy little person. What's going on here? $7.98. This is not one snack. Okay? This is at least 3 times different snacks. This is at least 3-4 different snacks I'm eating for $7.98. You told me you can't survive. You don't know how to spend it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful place for you. 40% less than the cost of living in the US. It'll save you money all the way. It'll save you money all the way. $7.98 I spent on my snacks. This is what I'm eating today. I'm going to maybe the other day. $7.98. I don't need a lot of money, so I don't need a lot of money, so and things right now. You see, I'm looking at this one right here. This one I bought today, right here. Right now I'm gonna walk and go back home up Wilshire. Yeah, guys, it's not a game, man. Literally, I come out and I say, okay, good. How can I not spend some really ridiculous prices? Because the guys in the store, I don't think they want to just charge people high prices when you go in the store. Unless you're Gelson's or unless you're Bristol Farms. They're not trying to charge people high prices. Even Whole Foods, man. After Jeff Bezos took Whole Foods over, they changed their business model from overcharging people to actually taking care of people and providing good foods like this for cheap, right? So that's what we're doing, providing good foods for a good price. Providing good foods for a good price. That's pretty much what we're doing. Yeah, guys, so all these buildings here that you see around me, we could build these for up to 40% less of the cost than building in the US. That's what we do with our company in Belize. We build buildings for retirees. It's like this up here. See this? We build it for 40% less than the cost of building in the US. Right? Now we have graduations. Some kids are graduating from UCLA. Right? administration buildings, schools, everything. And what I want you to do is look up tax haven. If you see tax haven, you'll always see Belize there. Sometimes people have good things to say about it. Sometimes they don't have that good things to say about it. But anyone who doesn't have anything good to say about it is just they didn't find the right person to work with. Because if you find the right people to work with that are there with you, counseling you and showing you the laws of how it works, or if you follow any of the billionaires there that run that place, they don't have any issues. Even when it comes to the law, that's actually where they win at, because they could just have all these legal protections
I'm not wearing this.
that is provided in the British law system.
I want to be like, no, I don't want this shit.
These protections are not here in America the same way. They're not in. I don't see any corporations going and winning against the American government the way how corporations can go up against the Belize government after they do any type of, sketchy business per se, and win against them. So it's a little different the way how things work in Belize versus America. Just walking past a nice, beautiful church right now. Yeah, guys, so we have 100% tax-free law structure that allows you to build wealth. Right? Allows you to build wealth. Tax-free structure. Pretty much that's what we're doing in Belize. Helping people to build their wealth in a tax-free way, and that's the reason I created this channel, to build my village, my community. It's going to build a monarchical society in Belize, built the same way like the Vatican, but what gives it the power is governed law. It's governed under a church. And the church is what gives it the structure. That's what gives it the titles. That's what gives it the laws. And that's what gives it the protection. That's what gives it access to ecclesiastical law. And also, that's what gives you a door open to having indigenous land, right? For me, and through the church that we created, that's actually a monarchical church that helps you to turn your residences, instead of building hotels or building churches. What we do, we turn the residences, we purchase hotels, purchase homes, and convert them into palaces and spiritual sanctuaries. So we convert hotels into palaces, still operate them as a hotel, but under the structure of the house. Redesign it. We also build them from scratch. Also, 100% tax-free. And we operate them also for the team. So the team we have are people from Ernst & Young and some of the top financial organizations like BlackRock and Lovoy, etc. And what we need is we're looking to have tax-free shelters in Belize. That's what we're doing, tax-free shelters in Belize. So if you're looking for a tax-free shelter, and you're looking for a way that you could just have your property, don't get taxed, make sure that You can pass this down to your children also. It's pretty much what it's for. Artworks, guys. So, maybe we should put this never pass me over here. Yeah. Try again, buddy. Not gonna pass me up a fucking hill. Never. Hi guys, so UCLA had a graduation today. Yeah. Listening to hard. That's what we're doing. Yeah, guys, so what we do, we help people to build tax-free, 100%.